Hello guys, and welcome back to Joe's Ventures, and today we're doing another episode of the mod spotlight. So today we'll be doing a part 2 to our Jurassic Park Universe mod collection. So these are mods that are more accurate to the movies or the Jurassic Park Universe in general, be that video games, books, the movies of course, basically anything that dinosaurs are featured in that are in the Jurassic Park Universe, so that just makes it more accurate to that. So today there was a big mod pack that was released for this by Lucca, which has about 20 different dinosaurs with a few different reskins and such. So I think it's pretty interesting to have a look through and see what's changed and see how they compare to the canon. So we will see, starting first, we're going to start with Pachycephalosaurus. Now this is a very, very minor change, but it has a darker eye. What a cutie. So we'll have a look in capture mode. We can see quite clearly in his eye. You can see he's got a darker pupil, darker eye in general. So yeah, nothing much there. Everything else is pretty much the same. Kind of wish the textures would get some bit more love, because they're not quite as 3D and quite flat compared to some of the other ones.
We are pleased to welcome our Pachy.
And we see next one here, we've got big change here. We've got the Gallimimus, and we all know how much I don't like the original Fallen Kingdom Gallimimus, but we'll see the OG Jurassic Park one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome
Now we can see here the what's the difference here? See, there's also no teeth. Is that all the teeth gone? You gone teeth? No one likes teeth. And the head's been completely resculpted. We can see the head has been, mouth's been a little bit more extended. The teeth have been removed, of course. Bottom jaw's been thinned up a bit, and same with the top, so it isn't quite as bulky. Looks a heck of a lot better. And also a lot of the changes here have been like, obviously the tooth is gone, the tail's been elongated, and in terms of textures, the, where is it? There we are. We can see that the body's been changed quite a bit to look a little bit more like the ones in the first movie, with a little darker orange, and with a lighter belly, so it's a bit more contrasting, and looks pretty damn good. And apparently there's planned to be updates with different parent variations. That'll be interesting to see, because in the movie you can see the younger ones have like this kind of like tapir kind of pattern on them, and if you look at the Lost World it's a little bit different, but I'm pretty happy with this so far. It looks pretty spot on. Get rid of that ugly Jurassic Park Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom one, because me no likey. So who we got next? We got Corythosaurus next. Ooh, dangerous. Now we can see the changes here. You can see that the head's been, we've got green pupils now, so look at that. Because believe it or not, in the original movies the pupils are green. So one thing that's also been changed is the skin's just been a little bit more contrasting. We see more yellow down here. And the model's been changed quite a bit. We can see you got quite a bit of a tummy tuck down here. And also the spine's been a little bit more elongated, look a little bit more like the Parasaurolophus. But I think this looks pretty alright as it is. We can see the crest is here, has been changed a little bit. Tail's been thinned out a bit. Neck's been slimmed up. But other than that, it's pretty spot on. Spot on to to the movie. If you watch the movie, that's pretty much what it looks like. Where are you? Yeah, pretty gal. Run off and do your thing. You gotta run off and do a thing. Okay, next we're gonna be moving on to Parasaurolophus. This is supposed to be the one from 1991. There's been some huge model changes on this beautiful gal. We can see here. Look at that. Wow. See, the head's been changed quite a bit and the neck's been also thinned out. So a little bit longer, and the crest has been thinned out a bit, so it looks a little bit more charismatic to the one that is in the movies, especially the sauna strain. That's kind of how Lucca put it. And we can see, like the Corythosaurus, they've got a bit of a tummy tuck, and the tail's been thinned out quite a bit, and the back's been flattened out quite a bit, so it isn't quite as rounded and a lot skinnier. Not in a bad way though, it looks a lot more accurate. Watch it go. So look, that one, that looks basically just spot on to the movie. Same with the... Now the skin's not 100% right to the mural, but this looks pretty spot on to the low poly model right in the distance, but it still looks pretty good. Quite a nice looking animal. I think now we'll move on to Ankylosaurus. Now just look how wide this boy is. Just look how wide this boy is. Let me just get on top of it and show you how wide he is. Look at this wide boy. He is so wide. Look at that. Look how wide that boy is. That's just impressive. You can see the head's been elongated, or widened up, not elongated, along with the horns here. You can see that's been changed quite a bit. Horns on the side. Also the tail's been elongated. It's made a bit longer, along with these bigger club at the back here. It's pretty spot on. Just bulkier body, longer tail, and you know how his eyes. Look at those eyes. It's pretty epic. It's quite chunky lad. So now we're moving on to the next ones. We're starting with Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus didn't get that many changes. Really only just got changes. Browner plates and greener body. Yeah, there isn't much changes here, just the different shades. Body's a little bit more greener on average, with the plates as well being a little browner. Looks pretty good. I can't complain. And here we've got now we've got Triceratops. Let's see how she goes. Now we can see with our good old trikey here is that there's a lot of changes in the legs here. We can see the legs have been thickened up a bit, along with not actually being covered in dirt, because if you guys read up on your making of Jurassic Park, the original animatronic was not brown. The actual original animatronic looked a lot like this grey with these splotched greenish patterns on it. Reminds me a lot of a box turtle. But the thing is, what happened was, when they got to location, Steven Spielberg was like, let's cover with this dirt. And the guy who made this model, he was like, I don't really want to cover the dirt. But they just did it anyway, covered it with dirt, and that's how we know how the Triceratops looked like in the movie. And believed in the park and in canon, it's very grey with these black spot patterns, which I quite like, to be honest. I feel like Trike's probably one of the sleeper hits of this pack. And so there's been too many changes, just some slight changes around the face, along with thicker legs and a shorter tail. We'll watch her go, do her thing.
To welcome a Triceratops to the park.
Well, she really ran off there fast, didn't she? So look, there she is. Majestic gal. I like that. That'd be a good picture for the thumb. Right. I think I'll take that for a thumb, actually. Let me just quickly hide the UI. I'm keeping that. That's going to be a great thumb. And yeah, she looks pretty damn good. I cannot complain. And then here we see Mamenchisaurus. I don't even need to like go into. We can see a lot of the changes here. We can see the back's been rounded out quite a bit. You can't really get it too accurate to the movie, unfortunately, because the body posture just of the rig. You can't change the rig, so you can't get the body posture right. So the neck in the movie would be a lot more like spinning out like that, not quite as upright. Obviously, the tail's been greatly elongated. Can't really get a full look at it because it's in the ground. But once we get a chance of her walking, so that you can see the tip come out there. Tail's a heck of a lot longer. It'll be really interesting to see how that affects the models when we're able to change the rigs. We'll have some truly accurate Mamenchi. And I think also this back lid's been thickened up quite a bit too. Looks pretty good. Nice looking Mamenchi. And she really doing her thing. Now, final big herbivore, we've got changes to the Brachiosaurus. So we got big old Brachie. The big recording. Yep. So here we are. So there hasn't been too many changes to the Brachiosaurus. We'll just quickly have a look at the skull. The head's been changed slightly. Nothing too major, nothing too incredibly weird. It's just been a little bit shorter. It's pretty good though. This damn smack out of the movie. You can see the horse has been given a shorter tail and some bigger back legs. See the changes there. Watch it walk off.
Brachiosaurus to the park.
So there hasn't been too many changes to these guys. She really got thunder thighs, don't she? Look at that. She got heckin' big thighs. She dummy thick. Hella ass. Look at all that. Kaboom. Got some junk in the trunk. Jeepers. Yeah, big gal. So now let's move on to the carnivores. So now we'll be seeing Proceratosaurus.
and gentlemen,
Now, this Proceratosaurus has actually not been changed that much. It's really only the crest here that's been, instead of going all the way down the head, like we know the fossils were, it's really just become like a little horn on the front of the face here. This has been some changes with the, no changes with the texture at the moment, but it's been just made to be a little bit more like a JP dinosaur, and I think they did a pretty good job. We can see it's a lot beefier. We can see the back here is a little definition around the ischium and the pelvis right here. It's got a little bit of a bulking up around here, and with a little bit of a longer tail, beefier body and a shorter snout, so it's not quite as long and spindly. I think it looks quite nice actually. Just looks quite good. Yeah, I have no complaints. Now we'll see the Metriacanthosaurus. See the Brachiosaurus. So we'll see here. Where is it? There we are. Now Metriacanthosaurus didn't get that much of a change, but we can see the main change here is in the skull. You can see the we'll see, move down a little bit. These two little crests come up around here. It's actually probably a little bit more accurate to both Fossil and Jurassic Park, because we don't really have a skull of Metriacanthosaurus, but comparing to relatives, it's probably had these small ridges around here, and a little bit more definition around the area there. Looks pretty good. I cannot complain. I'm probably going to keep this one, definitely. I will quite like how that one came out. Quite a long boy. So no changes to the textures and stuff yet, but I think that looks pretty good.
we are pleased to welcome
So now we're moving on to Baryonyx. That was a little bug, I think. So we can see a lot of changes to the Baryonyx here. We can see that
We are pleased to welcome Baryonyx.
it's now based on the Lost World PS1 game. You can see the obviously different textures. The textures have been changed quite a bit, so it's a lot more leathery. You see the colours have been changed. We see a lot more brownish. The head's definitely been changed quite a bit. We'll go into capture mode and capture that. So we can, a little bit too far. See the head here. You can definitely see the changes here. It's just a lot more slender, unlike the big croc one from Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I mean. He also got a bit of a tummy tuck with a little bit of a longer tail. And a lot of new texture as well. Pretty damn excellent. I quite like this. A lot better than the Fallen Kingdom one, but to be fair, it is pretty easy to beat the Fallen Kingdom one. So now we've got Herrerasaurus. Now this one's from Jurassic Park the game, if you guys ever played that. So there's been not many changes to the models at all, or the textures. We just changed the skin here. So if you play Jurassic Park the game with the bone shaker ride, they get on that and try to get away from these Herrerasaurus. So what's really changed with the Herrerasaurus is the skin. So we can see here on the body it's pretty much red with a light white belly with some yellow on the back here, just to provide some good contrast. And it's a pretty damn looking nice skin. I would really like this one. I'm definitely going to keep this. I have a lot of nostalgia for the I love Telltale, like with their Walking Dead games, and also like the Wolf Among Us, and I really have a thing for their story games, so kind of combines my two favorite things, dinosaurs and Telltale. So I think this is the perfect marriage of the two. I quite like that. I really like this JP inspired skin. So we've got another one coming too from Jurassic Park the game, and this one is Troodon. Now this one I really love. Oh, look at that. Now we need to have a look at capture mode for this guy. We can see a lot of the changes here.
We are
Let's see if he's running. Oh, can't really see him in there. Missed that chance. Oh, he's running away. Running off into the night. Now, Troodon in Jurassic Park, the game, was so cool. It's like some weird experiment where they were nocturnal and very poisonous. Now, where did you even go? I can't even find you now. Oh, damn it. Where did you go? There you are. Well, at least we get a good look at you from the angle that I wanted. So we can see here what the change is. Oh, there we are. Oh, this is quite spindly. I don't like this. Now we can see a lot of the huge changes here as the skin especially. We can see like the grey, the red underbelly along with the head. There's some huge changes. And the spotted black counter shading that's going down the body. I think we'll wait until we get into no, I don't want to get you just sitting there. Of course that had to happen. See, it's so easy to get lost. You can't find them. Can't really get a good look at them in there. I think I just have to quickly just delete all this. Is he in there? There he is. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Now he's clear for everyone to see. So as I mentioned before, he's got the red underbelly with the counter shading. You can see the changes in the head. He's got a lot of a wider face. Oh, I love that face. Very nice and wide boy. Along with the little bristles that go up, then it really like gives off this really weird design. Because obviously they would have been feathered, but I feel like this kind of bristles gives them the weird, like they're a weird genetic experiments. Quite nice to see. I really like this counter shading with the red underbelly along with the black hair and the grey, and those big eyes with no pupils that makes them look extra frightening. Because in the game they glow at night, so they're good nocturnal hunters, and they're also venomous, which was believed to be the case for a while, but it's probably not true anymore. We don't believe that. But still a very, very cool animal. I love this long boy. I'm gonna keep this definitely. I love it. I really have a thing for this Troodon. Such a good design. Honestly, 10 out of 10. So now we're going to be moving on to Dilophosaurus. Watch him go. Stay there. Now there's been a lot of changes to him. There we are. Perfect. He's in right the perfect area. So there hasn't been too many changes to Dilophosaurus, but he's been given a body that's quite a bit thinner, as you can see. A lot based more on the animatronic from the first movie. You can see here he's got longer proportions. See the changes in the head, they're pretty damn smack on. Along with the little bit more greenish now, along with more contrast with the black on here. And also has shorter arms with longer tail. So it really starts to look like the animatronic. So that's basically perfect. And also the frills got a little bit more contrast. Also got some beige belly, and just really just pops a lot more than the one in the base game. I think it looks pretty damn excellent. I like this one. So we'll watch him run off and do his thing. Look at that. Pretty boy. Now we're moving on to Ceratosaurus. low health.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
Okay, now we see here a
Ceratosaurus.
lot of the changes to the proportions. We see here, this isn't meant to be accurate, it's meant to be more accurate to the movies in real life. You can see face has been made quite a bit bulky because the original model was just like the T-Rex with a horn and made red. So we can see what's changed here. We can see it's a little bit less of a more saturated red, it's a little darker, which makes it a little bit more realistic. We can see the bulkier head here along with the shorter tail. Oh, a little bit longer actually. Just a bulkier body, bulkier legs, bulkier proportions, just everything's more bulky. So look at that. The face has been shortened up and the horn's been a little bit more exaggerated. Looks pretty spot on. Me likey. Me likey a lot. So we go run off and do his thing. We'll wait.
To the park.
We'll see who's low on health. Oh, it must be you. We'll get you to transport you away since we're almost done anyway. Hope you don't freak out the other dinosaurs. That was from a previous attempt of trying to film this.
En route to collect the asset.
Now here we've got the changes to the Velociraptor. Hasn't been too much. Look at everyone go. Ooh!
Ladies and gentlemen,
So we can get a good opportunity to look at the feet.
we are pleased to welcome a Velociraptor to the park.
Asset being transported.
There we are. Perfect opportunity. Short grass. So you can see a lot of the changes here. The claws not quite as long and the toes aren't quite as long, with the claws just stepping out to the bottom of the... they're not really sticking up as anymore. They're a lot more hanging down and look just a little bit more accurate to the movies. And just look a little bit better. Along with the pelvis here, there's like it's been made a little bit more prominent. Looks pretty damn great. I think along the teeth has been changed. Pretty damn excellent. So there hasn't been many changes there. That one's just been like brought out to be a little bit more vibrant, and the only other change with the Velociraptor is with the female hair. So you can see the pupil here has just been changed to yellow instead of red.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So that we can see here. Ooh. Look at that. So they can see the more yellow pupil. So other than that, not much has changed.
to welcome a Velociraptor to the park.
So we've got a lot of animals hanging around here. It's weird, those legs on the Brachiosaurus look a little bit odd, not gonna lie. They're all the name for the movies. So here we're going to be seeing Spinosaurus. Now Spinosaurus has got quite a huge changes. We'll see when we open it up. Now I love this one. This one looks straight out of the movie, like literally took it out of the screen. This one's got like a huge update as well.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So look, we'll have a look as she's running off to do her thing, so that we can see the skull's been changed quite a bit. It's a little bit leaner. Looks really just pretty much out of the movie. Along with the skin here, it's been made a little bit more greyish brown with the orange patterning, along with the sail being a little bit more accurate, a little bit more rounded. Here we can see the changed proportions, the skull along with the shorter tail and torso. Changing the torso proportions, got a bit of a tummy tuck and a bit of a shorter tail. So that looks literally damn smack on what they looked like from the movie. So this is going to be for me the definitive Spinosaurus. Pretty damn great. And now we're going to be moving on to Tyrannosaurus Rex. So here is going to be the doe from the first movie. The only real change is that they've been newly labelled. This is the 1997 one. Now look at that. Now look at that model change. You can see all the different changes there. So this is supposed to be the buck, I think. We can see the changes here. Look at that. See the head's been a little bit thinned up a bit, so it looks pretty good. Damn spank on. And there's been pretty much a whole new accurate models and such. So we can see the changes here, especially around the side. It's slimmed up a little bit. And the changes here we can see we've got a little bit more of a S shape in the neck, a little bit more definition of the rib cage, and then the pelvis here has got a little bit more of a more noticeable, along with a little bit of a expansion around the belly here, and a little bit of a longer tail and more of a curve, along with much thicker legs. Looks pretty damn spot on. Look at that. Pretty incredible. And you can see her feeding over there. Pretty damn nice. So then we'll compare it to the 2001 one. Pretty excellent, if I do say so myself. Can't get over that roar. Never have too much of that roar. Now look at that.
We are pleased to welcome our Tyrannosaurus Rex to the park.
So that's pretty spot on. So now that's pretty much showed off all the every single creature from this pack. So now I'll link this pack in the description, of course, so you can go and download for yourself. And it always comes with backup folders. It also comes with a little reading guide, so you can look and see all the changes where they compare the old and new models. So hopefully you guys like this video, and hopefully you guys like and subscribe, and bye bye.